Welcome back, my darling Diamonds in the Rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and we are here, we are live, and we are terribly afraid of... Well, actually, I'm not afraid of anything. But I am setting stuff up. I'm on time. It says 9:15. Sound seems to be working. Music seems to be working. Everything seems to be working. It's going a little too well right now. I mean, of course, I'm not perfect. I'm like, maybe 6 for 7 from the line in basketball terms. Not perfect, but still pretty darn good. I'm feeling rather smooth with it. Rather smooth indeed. One more sound check just for the little funs. Oh yeah, very fun indeed, very smooth. Very smooth. And let me just make sure Twitch is working, because I am multicasting. But Kana, I say while Twitch loads and Twitch chat loads, Kana. That's what we're doing right now. We are learning Kana, getting back into the swing of things. Big, beautiful, blah blah blah. That's not a good sign. It says my internet's not that good. My internet's working enough for me to stream, so that's an issue. Oh, Twitch, that's so funny. Let me change the mood. Give me 1 second. Well, that was a pretty fun cutoff. I said give me 1 second. The music just changed. Oh, Twitch does seem to be there. Please. Ooh, we're gonna fix it live because it appears that it is the wrong title for Twitch. I forgot to change that, which, you know, my bad. Still all cooped up from Sunday stream. Speaking of Sunday stream, I am absolutely chuffed. I'm more than absolutely chuffed. I'm flabbergasted. That was... It said... I looked at the... I'm sorry, I ended with over 20 viewers. That hasn't happened before. Rockman, hello, how are you? I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well as well, Maple. I am trying to fix up the category because I did not... It's not that I did not, I forgot to change it. Because we are not playing Stardew today. We are learning Katakana, learning some Hiragana, and yapping through it all. And I knew I was forgetting something. Oh my. But, you know, everything has to have a little bit of scuff. I meant to prepare this yesterday, but everything was going a bit slowly. I overslept. I normally don't get enough sleep, but now I overslept. I slept through my alarm. And that's, less fun. That's what the theme of this stream is, oversleeping. I overslept last night. Not the most fun. Which, you know, it would make more sense to oversleep on Monday. Because of how late that stream went. That stream went forever. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Every stream should have had scuffed at least once or twice. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if it's not scuffed, I don't deserve to be streaming. No. Everyone dreams of a stream that's not scuffed. Unfortunately, dreams are not the most realistic. Dreams turn very quickly into nightmares. Nightmares, which I did not have yesterday because I was busy sleeping. And then I woke up and my nightmare became a reality. Oversleeping. I was late to work. And then I was late leaving work. And then I was late to do my tasks for the day. And then I was late to... Well, I wasn't late to stream, but the stream started late. I planned it to be late. But the waiting room was late. Everything was late. Everything was late except for streaming, going live. Hitting go live was at the time that I decided 30 minutes ago. Oh my. Oh my. It's just one of those days. You know, yeah, it's not even a bad day. It's just everything's delayed. But it's not bad. I'm not complaining too much. You know, it said 9:15 was start, so, you know, 9:15 is when I started. I only decided on that 30 minutes. Didn't post to any stream rooms or anything beforehand, but it's good. Well, good might be a stretch. It's tolerable. Yes, that's the word. It is tolerable. it's improvements. It is a whole lot of things. And speaking of a whole lot of things, I think I the calm, not the agony that was Scuff has subdued, and we can start to practice our Kana while yapping a little bit. So let me make sure this is up. Oh wait, no, I opened this up on accident. That was I opened up something else that's eating all my RAM. Opened up another browser for some reason, but and I just opened it back up. That's gonna take a minute to load and then a minute to close, and oh my, that's crazy. Hello there, all yeah. Bonjour, hello. I know some. My French is very bad. I just know bonjour and oui. So I do apologize, but hello, I hope you are doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. Or, I was going to say oyasumi, or oyasumi nasai. That's Japanese. That's somewhat in line with the gist I'm going for. Don't worry. Thank you. I worry too much. I worry too much. But I was going to say, oyasumi. I believe that's Japanese for good night or something along those lines. And I realize, I feel like that's like more of a, from what I've seen, that's more of a, how do I say this? A goodbye sort of thing. It's like you'd say it like have a good night rather than good evening. Good evening is like a welcoming thing, but good night is like a goodbye sort of thing. So that's interesting. My English is bad. I'm in France, lol. Well, my English is bad and I'm in America, lol. No, yeah, I mean, you know multiple languages. That's good. It is 2 a.m. in France. Oh my, that is. Well, I was gonna talk a lot about streaming, but now I would feel bad a little bit. Well, I mean, I went to bed at a reasonable hour. I didn't even go to bed late. I just woke up late. Went to bed at a reasonable hour. So I can't even say, well, I went to bed late last night, so I understand your pain, because I didn't. But I have stayed up at 2 a.m. before. That was a very interesting time. 2 a.m., that's I remember a few years ago, when I was in uni, I would take a lot of night walks. Very late at night, like midnight, 11 p.m., 1 a.m., even as early as 4 a.m., I would take night walks, and I'd go to our university softball field, and I would just sit down. And it's one of my more favorited experiences, because it's just so calm. Night is very peaceful when there's no one around. Night is very, very peaceful. I love just being able to just breathe in that fresh night air, not have to deal with the, what's that fear of crowds? Not agoraphobia. Is it agoraphobia? I don't know. I'm not too big on crowds. Especially, I used to be much less big on crowds, so definitely improved in that area, but just sometimes being by yourself is great. You understand a little bit, well, I'm glad you understand a little bit. I'm glad you understand. But yeah, is it agoraphobia? You know, I'm actually going to look it up. Agorophobia? Blah, blah, blah. What is that? Oh, no, I did not want to go to Google. I did not want an app. Anxiety in situations perceived to be unsafe, panic attacks. No, that's symptoms. Not. What is agoraphobia? Can I just see that? I don't want to see the NBA's CBA collective bargaining agreement. I want to see what agoraphobia means. Places or situation that might. No, that's. Oh my goodness gracious. I understand. What are you doing? Do you speak French? I do not speak French. What I am doing is I want to practice the Japanese writing system, katakana and hiragana, but I also want to do it in a way that is mildly entertaining, and I'm basically trying to divvy up my attention between that and talking. So you'll see me entering these characters, like for instance, this one is Ra. It is the hiragana for Ra, and these are, I'm trying to remember them phonetically because I want to start learning languages, and Japanese is one that I feel that I can trick myself into learning. I feel that if I put enough time into this, I will feel really bad about not studying. And if I feel really bad about not studying, then I'll have to put more time and effort into it, and I'll have to grow, and that's my big brain plan, because I can't just be a normal person. Good luck. I definitely need it. I definitely need it. Oh my. I definitely need it. But agoraphobia, is that, what is, what, okay, you know, maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. Fear of public spaces. Large groups of people, I should say. Groups. I spelled groups very wrong, but anoclophobia or oclophobia. Yes, I think I used to have that. Or maybe I still do, but I think I'm a bit more in control of it now. I'll say I think I am more comfortable in crowds, but I definitely used to be not comfortable in crowds. I remember one time I was at like a big university event and being stuck in, no, it wasn't even a university event. One of my family members was going to a party and I was kind of made to join them, and it's not like a traditional family party, it's like a high school or college party, and it was not fun for me. It was not fun. I'm glad that I was there for their sake. I'm glad I was there because they really enjoyed my presence, but it was not fun for me. Baby steps. I need to take my baby steps to get comfortable with the public, I guess, with lots of people. I think I'm mildly introverted in that sort of sense, where it's hard for me to open up to, well, strangers on the internet. Well, not on the internet, in general. But once I do, I think I'm pretty open. I actually convinced people that I was an extrovert before. I had friends, and it was like, came up in conversations like, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, are you really? Whoa, listen there, buddy. Listen there, Buster. I don't think that's true. I think you are pulling my leg, yanking my chain. I don't think what you're saying is correct. You, an introvert? And I do believe they got that impression because of how rambunctious and familiar I was with him and my other peers, or other friends, I should say. But no, I am very much introverted, even now. Even though I've definitely grown more extroverted as time has gone on, I am still very much an introvert. It's baby steps. Well, I do like being an introvert. I like that it's a part of my identity that I'm comfortable with. I do wish that my social battery would not be incredibly drained by people, because sometimes I just want to do stuff and have fun, but then I'm like, oh my, I feel exhausted, and it's been like 10 minutes. It's been like 10 minutes, I feel exhausted. Like, in a large group setting, I'll need to go to a corner and only converse with people slowly, giving NPC level answers like, yeah. Wow, I do realize that. Wow. After mild reflection, I guess I do turn into an NPC because of agoraphobia. Agoraphobia? Yeah, I think that's technically not that. I thought it was agoraphobia, but I believe anoclophobia is the fear of, what is it called? Large groups of people. Or oclophobia. I thought it was agoraphobia. Well, what exactly is agoraphobia? It's a word that just basically means, well, agoraphobia is a phobia. It's a fear. And it's fear of places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. Which loosely does tie in. Yeah, extreme or irrational fear of entering open or crowded places, or leaving one's home, or in being in places from which escape is difficult. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, you looked it up. That's great. Yeah. That's what I thought it, well, I thought it was less specific than that, but yeah, I think I had that. Or I think I still do a little bit, but I think I'm growing as an individual. Oh, I see. Yeah. I think that's a common. People get anxious in large group settings. I'm not the only one. I'm not close to the only one. And I'm glad there is some word to describe it. However, I do think I have improved as, what's the term, a young socialite? Someone who's, yeah, I think I've become more comfortable in public spaces. Not too comfortable. I can't, party with strangers, but I can, have my own, set of fun with friends. ChatGPT says, it's extreme or irrational fear of entering open or crowded places, or leaving one's own home, or being in places from which escape is difficult. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Agoraphobia. Okay, so it was agoraphobia. I didn't confuse my words. But yeah, that I do feel that sometimes. Specifically among groups of people. It's... Is it unpredictable? It's something. I don't know why. I guess it's just maybe introversion that feeds into it. Maybe it's just introversion, the draining of a social battery, because I will say it does get worse as the night goes on, not better. And you think it would get better, just learning to be more comfortable in the environment. But no, it feels like it gets worse on occasion. Why are you a rock? It's not that complicated, actually. I'm a rock because two reasons. One, I thought it would be funny. And two, the thing that inspired my whole character theme, whatever, is actually a little Irish legend of the Blarney Stone. A stone that legend says if you kiss it will give you the gift of gab, give you the ability to talk. And as someone who was very introverted, the idea of just having the ability to yap, essentially, makes me feel more comfortable, I guess. That's the lore. That is the stone lore. That, and because, funny little rock guy, PNG, that jiggles up and down when speaking is fun. It's a cute little character. It is a cute little character. I need to stay hydrated. I have been drinking a ton of water. But I still want to stay hydrated. More slow, please. I'm French. Oh, I'm sorry. So, Iraq. I chose Iraq because of an Irish legend of the Blarney Stone, which it's a myth that basically one day a man was having his property sued. From what I recall, he was having his property sued, so he prayed to the gods, and the gods said to kiss a stone and then go to the courthouse. And he did as the goddess asked. He kissed the stone, went to the courthouse, and was able to talk his way out of this legal trouble and keep his property. So the legend emanates from there that the Blarney Stone is this thing that will give you the gift of gab, give you the ability to talk. And giving you the ability to talk is something that empowers, or feels empowering, like a introvert like me. I'm quite introverted sometimes, so learning the ability to speak, I guess, or to effectively talk with other people, it's nice. It's something that makes me feel comfortable, and it's something I want to base my lore around. And then also, because I feel like a little rock with the googly eyes is funny. I think it's funny. I'm just a silly little guy. I am just a silly little guy. Sorry for yapping so fast. Whenever I get on a tangent or excited or nervous or something, I think I started to speak a little bit faster. And then faster and faster, and it compounds upon itself until it's a big heaping mess of words that are barely English. Do you want to learn French? That's interesting. I have not considered it yet. I think it's an interesting language, and I do think I want to learn more than 2 languages. But I barely thought about Japanese. I barely thought about this being my first one. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Any cool words or phrases you need to know? Or cool French tips and tricks? Oh, no, that's... I'm sorry, I need a... I see a view botting spam. I need to deal with that quickly. Sorry about that. Or did that happen? Just some words? Yeah, some words are always good. I like learning random words in other languages. Like, what's something interesting? Like, German. My favorite German word is Lieblingsbasketballspieler. Because I feel like that's the, it's rather interesting. Lieblingsbasketballspieler. Because of how... It gave me a little bit of insight on German grammar, I'd say. And because of that, I think that it became my favorite German word. Of course, you have your other German words, like Schmetterling and Krankenwagen, which are cool. But, yeah, learning, like, certain words and languages are just cool. What's it mean? Oh, I should have probably said it. Lieblingsbasketballspieler means favorite basketball player. That's what directly translates to. Lieblingsbasketballspieler, it's one word, but it basically is like Lieblings, which is like favorite. Basketballspieler is like basketball player. So like maybe your Lieblingsbasketballspieler might be Victor Wembanyama or something like that. Because that's the first French player that comes to mind. But I like that because it gave an insight into how German grammar works just a little bit. Not that I'm too well versed in German grammar. But yeah, that's what it means directly. And of course, the two other very popular German words, like Krankenwagen, which is like ambulance, and people like that word because it sounds very funny, and Schmetterling, which means butterfly, and people like that word because it sounds funny. Certain words are fun. Okay. Yep. Okay. But yeah. And French is actually interesting. Well, I should say, French, the counting system in French, or in numbers, it's by 20s, like, right? You do 20 and 4 for 24? Or am I misconceiving things? French rock is Pierre? Really? That's very interesting. I was playing Stardew Valley the other day, and a character who is not that liked in Stardew Valley is Pierre, and I think I might have been insulting him a little bit. So now learning that Pierre means rock, or yeah, and Pierre is a name. Yeah, wow, that's funny. But yeah, now learning that Pierre means rock, I think I might have to treat that character a bit more nicely. Maybe. Wow. Yeah, that is an incredible coincidence. Pierre means rock. Wow. Thank you. Pierre or Rocher? I definitely butchered Rocher, but that is very interesting. Is there a difference between those two words, or are they just like rock and stone would be in English, where they're essentially the same thing? Well, I assume they'd be essentially the same thing, but yeah, I don't know. Why did I ask that? Maybe they're different. I don't know. But that is very interesting. Thank you. Huh. Pierre. Let's see. What? Oh, wait. I know. Oh, there's an... I love your enthusiasm. I love your use of emojis. Oh, that's Jew. I thought that was backwards. Oh, of course, J-U. Huh. Wow. I know in English sometimes we don't steal words from... Well, we do steal words from other languages. And then we sometimes make up words that are from other languages, that we pretend are from other languages. I know one of those words... The main word I'm thinking of is... Schadenfreude. I believe that's an English word, but I think English-speaking psychologists invented the word and made it sound German for some reason. But let me just make sure I'm not spreading misinformation. Schadenfreude. Yes, Schadenfreude is pleasure derived by someone. Sorry, let me repeat that. Pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. Oh wait, no, it is. Huh. Well, it comes from the German Schaden, which means harm, and Freude, which means joy. So maybe I'm wrong, but Schadenfreude, I don't believe is a German word. From what I've heard. Oh wait, maybe I might be wrong. Maybe it is a German word. Is Schadenfreude German? I need to learn this. I will not know this. I don't want to spread misinformation. I heard once that it was. Is it? It's a loan word from German. Huh. It's not English, but that's not what I'm asking. It's not an English word, but because it's made up of the German word Schadenfreude, but I'm trying to see if Schadenfreude is an actual. Oh man, maybe I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it means something else. I'm very confused now. Huh. Let me. Blah blah blah. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. Huh. I'm glad I looked that up. I apologize for spreading misinformation. I thought we being me English speakers have made up words in the past and pretended they were from other languages by just borrowing sounds. But no, I am wrong and I should feel bad. I apologize. Wow. Well, I know we have made up words before, like Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. He one of the most famous writers in history. But he made up a ton of English words. He made up a ton, one of which is assassin. That's probably his most famous word that he made up. And the reason he would make up words is because a lot of his plays were sort of in, I believe, from what I recall, and it's been a long time since I actually was in school to listen to this, but a lot of what he wrote was in iambic pentameter, which is a specific, think of it sort of like a poem. It's not a poem, but it apparently helps with memorizing some of the words and such of plays. Iambic pentameter. I don't have an example, and even if I did have an example, I don't think it would be able to convey well because one, I'm not an English teacher, and two, I'm very, very bad at explaining things. But he would make up words to fit in with the iambic pentameter so that they would rhyme with other words, so that they would have the same amount of syllables of the words, and so that certain things would be stressed when speaking. Because I believe those were the three things that were important for iambic pentameter, for like 1500s playwrights. I believe. Oh, actually, am I sure? I'm not sure. Wow. I'm not sure. It's been such a long time. Also, I'm not a big fan of Shakespeare. Well, I do say that, but maybe it was just how it was taught to me. Shakespeare, if you've ever taken an English class, or not English class, an English literature class, you will probably have come upon some of Shakespeare's works, much to your dismay as a student. Well, my words of dismay. Well, okay, I don't really hate Shakespeare. It's just I'm not a fan of Macbeth. I really just did not like Macbeth. When I read Macbeth, I just was not a fan. I didn't really care for the plot. It wasn't very driving. It was a fun little coup revolution that was snuffed out. And it was interesting because the main driver of this conflict of the play, I would say would be Lady Macbeth, which is interesting for a woman to have that much power in a story, power over husband, power over family, and that much ambition. I feel like that's interesting, especially for a 1500s play. But beyond that, I just didn't fall in love with it. And then the inclusion of witches just to what was it, to satisfy King James? I believe that's why Shakespeare made it a an occult, or gave it some occult stance. The inclusion of witches, I thought that was irrelevant. I thought it had no effect on the story whatsoever. I thought it was just there for, how do I say this? I thought it was just there for fan service, essentially. And it was just some boring drivel, reading this, trudging through this story that I could not get behind, that I could not enjoy, that just kind of felt like a sellout almost. I was just not a fan. I just couldn't support it. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Shakespeare. Not a fan of his works. Well, no, that's not true. I've had to read other Shakespeare plays. I believe, what was one? Tempest? That was, I shouldn't be insulting someone who's actually severely more accomplished than I am, in a field that I will never sniff decent levels of expertise in, but I'm complaining as a student, or as a former student. Tempest, or The Tempest, was something that was very much forgettable. I don't recall a single thing from it other than the fact that it was a comedy. It was a play that all's well that ends well, which is the traditional meaning of comedy, as opposed to tragedy where everything ends poorly. That's the only thing I remember. That Tempest was a comedy. I'm not even sure it was a comedy. That's just what I remember it being. I do remember it being a comedy. What other plays? Julius Caesar. I did enjoy Julius Caesar, but again, I think he was catering to the Roman history enthusiast in me. I thought, or is it Julius Caesar or The Death of Julius Caesar? I forget what the play is. It doesn't even feature Julius Caesar all that much. It features more so, how do I say, Brutus and Cassius. Those are the two main characters, the protagonist and antagonist, the hero and the villain. Where, I guess I can talk about what I liked in that. I liked how Brutus was kind of an antagonist, I'd say. Well, no, he was the protagonist of the story, but he was also the villain of the story. Well, was he a tragic? I don't even know what to call him. I don't even know what to call his character, but I do like his character. An honest and hardworking person who was swept up in this conspiracy and was one of the people who, spoiler for whatever BC Rome, one of the people who killed Caesar. Spoiler for ancient history. But I thought he was a pretty decently well-written character. And then Cassius seemed more evil in comparison to Brutus, but he was doing it for the good of the kingdom. And he was Brutus's main rival, or became Brutus's main rival. Someone who stood by Caesar, I guess. And I like that dynamic. I feel like that's something that even 500-600 years later has not become tried. Well, 500 years later has not become tried. It's not overused yet. Usually things like that become cliche over time, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a complex hero antagonist / protagonist villain really done that much at all. The main, I'd say, story that has something similar to that would probably be Death Note, where Light is the protagonist, but the villain. Granted, Light's more of a villain, clear-cut villain, and Owl's more of a clear-cut hero. But, so it's less complex than Julius Caesar, but it's still interesting. It's just interesting. I don't know, I just find that stuff interesting. So, yeah, Julius Caesar, I suppose I did like you. And I did like The Taming of the Shrew. Obviously, well, the main story is, it's a play within a play, and I like things that are, what's the phrase, meta. I like things that sort of break the fourth wall, almost. And when I was studying The Taming of the Shrew, hearing that the main character would actually go into the stands of the audience to watch this fictional play within a play. When I heard that, like, that's what actually had happened. The main character of the play, who is this drunken person that these people are convincing that he's king, and they're playing a prank on him. The fact that they go to watch a play, and they actually go into the stands to put on the play, which is The Taming the Shrew. It's a play within a side of a play, and I think that's very interesting. And the fact that the original staff even heckles the play is also interesting. I'm just imagining I'm in like the Rose Theater, and then I'm watching The Taming the Shrew, and behind me, the actor is heckling the play. It's like, oh yeah, you get him, mate! I just imagine that, and that made me happy with it. Of course, The Taming of the Shrew is not kind towards women, and that should be noted. But that's not why I like the play. I like it because of how meta it is, how it's a play within a play. And that is something that I find really, really interesting. That is something I find quite interesting. And wow, we done 56 correct. Nice. Not bad. I am feeling a bit of rust, which is strange because it's only been a week, but rust is rust, and I will shake it off. Call me... Who did shake it off? Was it Katy Perry or Taylor? I think it was Katy Perry, right? Not Taylor Swift? I don't know. I'm not big into the music scene. I'm not big into pop culture necessarily. I like my niches. What are my niches? Hololive, I guess. I like the VTubing sphere. That is probably my biggest niche. I think it's really fun and cute. Anything big happened recently in the VTubing sphere? I'm trying to think. I feel like something has. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I hate that feeling. When, you know, there's something important that's on the tip of your brain, your big old brain, with all its wrinkles. There's something right on the tip of it, just teasing you. It's like, hey buddy, you remember this? You remember this thing? You remember? No, you don't. It's just teasing me. This information is just teasing me. And it's painful. It is painful. I feel like there's something huge that I am forgetting. And I don't know what. And it irks me so dearly. It just irks me so dearly. Oh no. I'll remember it eventually. Probably after stream, but eventually. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I will remember it. I hope I won't remember it. But what I do remember is to stay hydrated, so please drink water. Good old water. Couldn't live without you. Oh, my. Wait. No! I'm so forgetful. I keep forgetting everything that comes to mind, and it's the worst. It is absolutely terrible. You know what? Let's take a step back, breathe in and out, and admit that we don't want to guess that this is zoo, because it's not zoo. This is probably goo. But I need to... Yeah, it is goo. How am I going to memorize this? Because this tricks me up pretty often. It's the Koo base with the goo, so... I don't know. A lot of symbols, I do have some sort of convention for remembering. I don't know why I remember this is Ka, but some of them I just remember. Some of them I have conventions for remembering. This is me. This is Say. Okay, this is a really bad example because nothing's popping up. Well, this is Kya, K-Y-A. And the reason I remember it's Kya, what it ends in Y-A, is because this... No, wait, I was going to say it looks like an A, but it really doesn't. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting why I remember things. That is... Well, I do like the fact that I'm growing. Okay, this one I remember is Sa. This is Sa. This is the katakana for Sa. And I remember it because of this right here. This little curved line is common among things that end in A. And then I just remember it's an S base. Oh, and this is Nya. And the reason I remember it's Nya, well, for two things. One, the Ya thing I can mention before. And two, Ni means two in Japanese and two lines. And I believe that's also the kanji for Ni. I think. Just the two lines. I think. Oh my. I love being able to actually enunciate things. Because if I can enunciate something, I think I remember it better. It's sort of like a verbal note-taking. Yeah. Yeah. Like, for instance, I play a good bit of chess. I play a good bit of chess in my time. Well, actually, I've been playing it a bit more recently. I'd say I had my hiatuses and whatnot, but I've been playing it a bit more. And the other day I checked my chess.com account, or one of them I should say. And I played a lot of games on chess.com. I mainly play Rapid and Blitz. 10-minute games and 5-minute games, mainly 5-minute. 10-minute was a long while ago. But on my singular chess.com account on my phone, I have played a little bit under 6,500 games. That is insane. I kind of want to see how much time I spent on the app. Because I definitely spent a ton of time on the app. And with those being, I don't know how long the average game is, but most of them are 5-minute games, when each side has 5 minutes, and then some of them are 10-minute games, or I think 1,500 of them are 10-minute games. 1,500 of them are 10-minute games. Wow. And again, that's not 10 minutes total, that's 10 minutes per person. So I want to say I spend roughly 5 minutes on a game. Sometimes I win soon, sometimes I lose quickly, sometimes I win at the last second. So I think 5 minutes is a good estimate for, let's say, all the games. And, I will bring out the calculator for that. I will bring out the Well, actually, let me try this. Give me a second. I'm invested. I am invested. So I'm going to pull up the calculator for you all. I'm going to pull up the calculator for everyone. And we can take shame at my... How do I say it? We can take shame at my copious amount of time spent. So here we go. Let's say we did 6,500 games. And we want to multiply that by 5 minutes per game. And we're going to divide that by 60. 60 minutes. So this is in hours. How many hours? It equals 542 hours. How many days is that? How many days is that? 24 hours in a day? 22 days. Nearly 23 days of chess. Wow. Wow. That's a lot. Do you want to know what the worst part is? The worst part is, this isn't even the single game I have the most hours in. I mentioned it last stream, but the video game I have the most hours in is NBA 2K20. And I have 700 hours in that, roughly. I'd say last I checked was 650 something, probably a year ago. And I still play it, so I'm just going to say 700. How many days is this of 2K20? And I want to say I've been playing it since... when did it release? Like 29... Did it release 2019 or 20... I forget. I forget how the release numbers work. 29 days of NBA 2K. That's... Oh, 2K20. That is... That's humiliating, honestly. Wow, that's actually embarrassing. I should feel ashamed. Wow. I I need a minute to process that. Wow, I I shouldn't play video games. Wow, that's wow. Yeah, wow. I'm humiliated. And I know that's the game I've spent the most time. Single game, not a necessary franchise. No, if we're talking franchise, I played other 2Ks. I played 2K18, 2K22 as well. And I think I have over 100 hours in NBA 2K18. But for franchise, it has to be Pokemon. But for single game, it is that. It is NBA 2K20. Granted, I'm not playing it for 800 hours. I'm doing a lot of simulation stuff. I'm simulating seasons. I think I've gotten to like 2040 and I'm like my team. But oh my, what is this? This is trying to like make it seem less bad. No, it's awful. It's horrible. And I should feel ashamed. I am ashamed. Wow. I need to play less video games. Wow. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Just wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I I don't know what to say. I guess I'm the fool. I'm the clown. In my defense, basketball is really fun. I remember one time when I was being an insomniac, staying up late because why not? And I saw I was just looking through YouTube and I saw a certain VTuber, a certain figure, a pillar in the VTuber community, Octavio from Hollow Stars English. And he was playing 2K20. He was simulating a game between, what is it, Armus and Tempest? Like he made Hollow Stars NBA 2K characters and he was having them play against each other. And that was a blast of a stream. I actually played 2K20 with him. By that I mean I turned on 2K20 and started playing it at 4 a.m. where I was, while he was also playing it. And it felt like we were guys just playing games together, and that was a sweet little memory of mine. I remember Steph Curry in my simulation dropped over 40 points a game in an 82-game season, which I actually have photo proof of. I remember taking a photo because I was so shocked at that happening, because that didn't happen before in any of my previous simulations. 40 games for an 82-game season? Maybe for a 14-game season, but an 82-game. Wow, that was insane. Of course, now I've seen other 40 plus point per game seasons in NBA 2K, but that was like the first time I saw it. And I was just absolutely floored. And then Octavio's commentating on it was divine. He was a perfect hype man. He reminded me of the Hornets announcers. And if you don't know anything about the Hornets announcers for basketball, they are very enthusiastic. They're probably the best announcers I've seen. Granted, I haven't seen a ton of announcers, but in terms of NBA basketball, they are easily the best. They are easily the best announcers. And it sucks because the Hornets don't deserve them. The Hornets are not a good basketball team. The Hornets are, I wouldn't even call them a fun basketball team. But the announcers, the Hornets announcers, are just some of the most talented commentators I have ever had the pleasure of hearing. They make their clips so much better, because you'll see them do, like maybe LaMelo Ball will throw a lob to Mark Williams, and the Hornets announcers will just lose their marbles and go crazy. And like, the mellow ball to Mark Williams. And they are just the perfect hype men. They are just insanely good at the job. I do not deserve them as a fan. I do not, as a fan of basketball, I do not deserve them. We don't deserve them. No one deserves them. But they're here anyway, so I have to enjoy their presence. The Hornets announcers, I really do love them. If I could be like 1% as entertaining as them, that would be incredible. That would just be the best. Oh, this is so mellow. This is so mellow. Oh, speaking of mellow, I was watching some ASMR the other day. I was watching specifically VODs of Sarasvana's ASMR. Specifically, her ASMR with Crony. That was a fun stream. I think part of me wants to do ASMR. And another part of me does not. Because part of me thinks it would be cool, be nice and be interesting to do like maybe themed ASMRs, like roleplay stories. I do want to write more. I do want to read more. I need to catch up on my reading. Part of me really thinks that would be cool. But another part of me was like, but what if I'm cringe? And I never really cared if I'm actually cringe on the internet, but there's just that little gremlin in the back of my mind saying, what if it's cringe? And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. I have created a second YouTube channel. I'm not sure what I'm going to post on it. I still have plans for this one that I haven't fleshed out yet. But maybe I could do ASMR on it. I'd make some silly little script. I could also learn to make my own thumbnails, like actually draw them. That would be interesting. But that would be fun. That would be fun. I do like the idea of creating stories and whatnot, and worlds. And I do want to do themed voices. I like it when people do like voices for characters. That's why in my Stardew streams I'll how do I say it? I'll do like little voices for Demetrius. What would I do for Demetrius? I actually roll my shoulders back and I just talk in a matter-of-fact voice as punctually but articulating everything. Something like that. And I find that really like a cute thing to do. And I'm not good at voices. I'm not good in the slightest. For instance, I can't do a girl voice to save my life. I think I have like a mental idea of a girl voice that just doesn't come out. And then I'll just recycle it for characters. And I'll maybe change one little thing here and there to make it differentiated or new. Like for Maru, what I'll do is I'll talk like this, but then I'll like not breathe through my nose and make it a bit more nasally. And that's what I do for Maru, and it works a little bit. And that's one of my more unique voices. And it's not good. It's fun though, but it's not good. I just want to improve as, I don't know even if voice actor is the right word, but someone who can act out in voices, which is a voice actor, but I'm just not going to call myself that because I'm not worthy of the title. I'm definitely not worthy of the title. I mentioned this I think a while ago. I went to a panel at like a convention with a voice actor panel, and the voice actor, he pulls out little games for us to try as voice actors, and I tried them, and the moment I could hear myself on stage through the microphone, I noticed, wow, this is significantly harder than it looks. This is significantly harder than it looks. A lot of just off the top thinking of creating random scenarios or making a character that fits that voice just off the top of your head. The the background noise, the background music, not background music, background noise. The everything that has to be considered. It's an insane amount of stuff, and to actually do it well is incredibly impressive, and I am not incredibly impressive. I am absolutely the farthest thing from incredibly impressive. The only thing I think I did well was a little bit of a themed noise I had to make. I had to make the noise of someone in excruciating pain, and I think I did that well because I just screamed at the top of my lungs. But even then, he gave me pointers on how to voice act. He was like, you did and he did it really nicely, because he didn't just say you kind of suck. He said, you did that really well. But one thing we like to do is not hold the microphone, because if you hold the microphone, that could lead to background music. And even when you record something really good, like what you just did, we can get some background noise and you'll have to redo it. And not only is that incredibly insightful, incredibly thoughtful, I like the fact that he lied to me and told me I was good. He didn't hurt my pride. He nurtured it. He's like, yeah, go, you little pride. Aw, cute. You did such a good job. Here's where you can improve, but you did such a good job. Here, a lot of learning experience, but you did such a good job. That's like, what is it? Like, that's a good way to correct someone. That is an incredible way to correct someone. Man, I wish to be that sociable. If I could be that sociable, if I could be that talented at navigating conversations, if I could be that talented at navigating conversations, I would be. I wouldn't even be able to see this. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'd just be so impressed with myself. I would just be so incredibly impressed. I'm getting giddy over just the memory of it. But yes, I was not that good. Most people weren't that good. That being said, there was one person at that panel. They were just incredibly good. They were an audience member that was chosen to participate in the sort of games, I guess, the voice acting games. They were incredibly good. Which my first thought was, oh my goodness, they're a theater kid. And the second thought was, oh my goodness, you're slaying. You are absolutely cooking. This is amazing. You are amazing. And I was just really impressed. Everyone who participated lost to them. But even then, I'm a competitive person, but even I had to just clap. I had to be like, wow, I got cooked. But at least I got cooked well. At least I got cooked well. No shame in losing to someone who's incredible. There is no shame in losing to someone who is just spectacular. Oh my. Oh my. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's see how far I can take this. I'll probably go for maybe another 20 minutes before ending the stream. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, maybe I'll get to 150 and play Pokemon. I really like playing Pokemon. I know why. It's just a fun game. It is just a fun game, but I don't know. Chat, I don't know. Oh, that's new? Really? Oh, I guess Sue is only... Oh, yeah, Sue is only partial. That line through the bowl, I call it, is only partial for Sue. I see. I see. That was my blunder. Oh, that's Ra. Oh, of course that's Ra. I'm flubbing things hard. I am really flubbing things hard. Oh my, oh my. It's already August, and I feel... I don't know what I feel. I think antsy is the word I'm looking for. Not antsy, but what's the word that you're... I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know. I want to do more things. I want to do more things. I want to have more experiences. And I blinked and it went from January to August. So I need to try to pack more experiences in my daily life. And, oh, I have something weird to say. I'm not sure if this is normal or not, but so sometimes I check my bank account. And I don't know why I check it. It always says the same number. I could splurge on things for a week. It'll be the same number. I could hoard money for months and months. It'll be the same number. So I don't know what really happens with my money. It just magically stays the same number. Well, I know where it goes, but no matter what I do, no matter like how much I spend on leisure or whatever, everything just sort of boils down to the same number. That's not making sense? But that just makes me think, man, I should be doing more experiences because I'm at a place in life where my budget will automatically balance out because of whatever spending habits I have. I think when I spend money, I subconsciously just think I'm not allowed to spend money anymore for X amount of days. And I think there's some weird balance in that, where it's like, oh, I bought something for myself. I bought the Blue Lock manga. Sorry, not the Blue manga. I bought a box set for grilled chicken for the next 5 weeks, and only grilled chicken. And then maybe I don't spend anything, and my spending habits go like, you know what? You can season that chicken. You can marinate that chicken in fresh lemons, and you can add spices, and you can make a sandwich. You can make garlic bread as well. And I think that's what I do subconsciously. Oh, yeah. Because I'm not spending... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm someone who considers themselves generally frugal, though. I don't spend too much money. I like to live humbly, I suppose. Love my grilled chicken. I do love my grilled chicken, and it's reasonably affordable. I always do complain when there's 2 stores by me. One of them has grilled chicken for, I'd say, a reasonable price, and the other does not. And I'll always complain when my family members come back from the store and they get grilled chicken from that other store. I'm like, ooh, the grilled chicken is 50 cents more expensive per pound at the other store. Ooh, that grinds my gears. I don't verbalize it to them, but inside, I'm just feeling bad because in my head, I'm like, you could have saved a whole $1 more if you bought it from the other store. Could have saved a whole $1. That's just, I don't know why I think like that, but it's fun to me, I guess. It's something to me. I do love grilled chicken, though. Well, I love chicken in general, but as someone who likes to cook for themselves, fried chicken or breaded chicken is such a pain to make. I'm not crazy in saying that, right? To make, like, grilled chicken, super easy. You can marinate it. You could brine it. I would only do those 2 things to it. I wouldn't cook it raw, like cook it without preparing it in any sort of way. I would either marinate or brine it, because I feel like the chicken's just worse if I don't do that, and it makes me feel bad. But that's besides the point. Point is, you just do that, and then you cook it. You can chop it up and cook it faster. You can even throw it in the oven, and then maybe chop it into pieces after, and no one will judge you. It's really easy to me to cook grilled chicken, but turn to breaded chicken or fried chicken, and I can't cook at all. I am terrible at frying foods. I don't know why. I am absolutely atrocious at frying foods. I always overcook it. I never undercook it. I always overcook it. And I don't want to try and undercook it because I feel like it's raw. I feel like the chicken is just raw. So it makes me feel afraid. Because, no, it could get cooked more. It could get cooked more, and then, oh, suddenly it's burnt. And I hear double frying things is the way to go. But, spoiler alert, terrible at that as well. I am terrible at double frying things. I do not understand how to fry things. That is my biggest weakness as someone who pretends they're culinarily inclined. As someone who likes to cook, my biggest weakness is frying. I am so atrocious at frying that I don't even know. I wanted to make potatoes before, and I've tried making potatoes time and time and time again, but they're always just terrible. But the worst part is, I can cook potatoes the other way, and they're delicious. Like a baked potato, really easy to cook, delicious. And I'm really good at cooking them. Even hash browns, which should be harder than making fries. But even hash browns, I can do. And I think it's relatively easy, or relatively easier. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But once there's just oil in that pot, I just can't cook. I cannot cook with oil. I cannot use oil to cook. I can cook in oil. Like I can cook put a little bit of oil in a pan and then grill chicken in the pan that way. I can do a little bit of oil, but I can't fry things. I'm just so atrocious at frying things. I don't understand why, and I don't understand how I can improve. Well, there's a million ways I can improve, but no matter what steps I do to improve in those ways, the result is just I have undercooked fries before, and they were not good. I have overcooked fries before. They are not good. I've never cooked fries properly. I've never. And that brings me some pain. Never fried chicken properly. That brings me pain. And the worst part is, even the overcooked fried chicken is good. Like I got a karaage recipe once from the internet. I cooked it up. It was way too overcooked. It was actually like not even dark brown. It was black. The breading on it was black. It wasn't golden brown. It wasn't even dark brown. It was black. And the chicken was so dry. But the chicken was flavorful. It was flavorful. The marinade used for it was good. And that's the worst part. It was so close to being some of the most delicious chicken I've ever had the opportunity to cook. And then just ripped away from me. The opportunity to eat good food was ripped away from me. And that was the last time I tried frying chicken. Because I just felt so incredibly hopeless with frying. I just felt so incredibly hopeless with that vegetable oil. I'm just the worst. I'm just the worst when it comes to frying chicken. For shame. For shame. But grilling chicken's easy. Comparatively. And also, little cheat. Chicken thighs. They are juicier than, what is it called? Chicken breasts. So you don't have to, so you can overcook them. There's no golden time for them to be cooked. They will always be juicy. You don't even have to you don't even need to marinate them or brine them as much. Granted, I always brine them, at the very least. Yeah, I usually brine my chicken thighs, but I marinate my chicken breast. It's weird. I don't know why I do it like that, but I do. Yeah, I do a nice little brine with my chicken thighs, and I do like a dry spice rub. And then I usually just slap it in the oven for like 35 minutes. And then after 35 minutes, I'll turn the broiler on, and it'll crisp the skin up top. And oh my, it's good. It's specifically skin on, bone in chicken thigh, because I can't be bothered to debone them. And here's the real kicker. Per pound, chicken thighs are cheaper than chicken breasts. So not only is it easier to cook, it's cheaper. And it's still delicious. It's still delicious. If you don't like dark meat, fine. If you want that very slight health benefit for chicken breasts because they're more lean, fine. Like, I'm not going to say chicken breasts are bad. No, chicken breasts are amazing. I love chicken breasts. But chicken thighs are underappreciated. They are underappreciated. Again, not fried. I can't fry food. But, oh my, underappreciated. I just have to say underappreciated. And I'm not even that good at cooking chicken, but I just know I can. I just have the ability to cook it well and to have it be tasty. But I know there's an even like higher ceiling for cooking chicken, where people I'm terrible at using broth. I'm terrible at using chicken broth. I'm terrible at using it, but I know people do, and it's good. Oh wait, how do I say this? I think I accidentally made what is it? What is the butter chicken one? Well, not once, a lot of times. So I made one time when I was cooking, I had a spicy blend and I was cooking like chopped up pieces of chicken in like a pan. And I didn't want to stick to the pan. I didn't want to use oil, so I just put butter in. Well, that's not how you make butter chicken. The point is, I just put butter in with chicken, and it was tasted good. And then I later found out there was a dish called butter chicken, which is also good. Granted, they do it a different way. I believe they marinate it in like a yogurt, which is very interesting. I haven't tried marinating with yogurt. I've mainly done either a simple vinegar plus oil base with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's usually my basic marinade. Or I do, when I feel fancy, I do olive oil, 3 freshly squeezed lemons, crushed garlic, salt, and pepper as like a lemon garlic marinade. And that's the best. That is the best. And when I do that, I sometimes make, what is it called? What is it? Lemon garlic parmesan crusted chicken. Lemon garlic parmesan crusted chicken. And it's delicious. And I don't even cook it that well. But yeah, I just cook that. And it takes a ton of effort to basically bread the chicken as well. I have to make sure it's dry enough so the bread sticks. And the parmesan coating with the bread. It's very time consuming, but oh my goodness gracious, is it delicious. It is absolutely delicious, and I love it. I really do. I really, really do. Now, we're only at 120, so let's do some sorry, 120, correct? So let's do some grinding and try to crack the top. So here we go, Allons-y, all that jazz. Let's try and break up to the next dimension? Do I want to say it like that? Yeah, sure, why not? Y'all, and this is P. Lovely. And we'll keep on grooving like this. And I think we're going to hit 150. And then we'll switch over to vocal and call it a stream. Yeah, that's fun. That's fine. That's fine. That's fun. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then I can get some sleep. I didn't even talk about sleeping much this stream. I was planning on sleeping, going to bed early and waking up early and going to work early and then leaving work early and then doing my tasks early and then actually having time left in the day for stuff. I was trying, my original goal when I came up with that stream title and thumbnail, blah, 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 whatever, was to yap about that. And I kind of got sidetracked. Very much so. Got very much sidetracked. And didn't do that. And I didn't do that. And that's a mistake on my part. Well, it's not a mistake. There's no such thing as mistakes. Just happy little accidents. I had fun yapping about agoraphobia. I had fun telling tales of my 4 a.m. softball field days. I had fun. And I hope you had fun too. Because once we put our mind to it, we actually are already at 450. We did 25 in the past probably 2 minutes. And that's pretty insane. That's pretty lovely. One of these days I might want to just grind this and see how high I can get. But I like yapping. I really do like yapping. So I don't know if I can just simply turn off the yap. Because even when I learn new things that require an immense amount of focus, I yap. I like to yap. Like when I learned pi, the first 106 digits of pi, I yapped a lot. Oh, but I haven't studied that often Let's see if I remember. Let's see if I remember the first 106 digits of pi. Well, first I'm just going to say she and be done with this. So let's hop on over to just chatting and let's remember the first. Well, actually, let me roll the dice first. I want to see if this comes up in the first 100 digits of pi. 106, I'll say. 9, I want a teen number. Well, 9 and 20. I think 20 does. But let's go through it. Let's think. So the first, I'm looking for 20 in the first 160 digit pi. But first 160 digits are 3.14159265358979323846. Wait. 264 338 327. I think I'm wrong already, but let's assume I'm not. So 327 950 288. Oh my. 419. Oh my, I'm off my rocker. Well, I know the first 20. Well, let me try one more time. 3.141592653589793238846 264 338 327 950 288 419 716 939 937 510 582 097 494 459 230 781 640 628 620 899 826 803 482 534. I'm missing stuff, but 211 706 798, or is it 897? I'm 897 2148, and I don't believe 20 was there. But I actually have let me pull my notes up. Maybe I'll have it there. I need to know. I need to see what I forgot. Hello, Jet Starling. Hello, P. How are you? I am doing well, and 106 digits of pi. Do I recall? What's this? Not resolutions. 3 point. Okay, let me pull it up and let's see what I got right, what I got wrong. Yeah, I said 3.14159265358979323846264338327. Okay, that's all correct. 950288419. I got that correct. 716939937. That's correct. 510582097. I got that correct as well. 494459230. Got that correct. 781640628. Got that correct. 620899862. I did say that, yes. 803-482-534, yes. 211-706-798, yes. 2148, wow. I got it right. Wow. I thought I was wrong. I thought I was wrong in so many different places, but no, I got it right. Yeah, and that was a fun 2-hour stream. And I yapped a lot during that. That was the point I was trying to make, yapping. Yapping is something I do. And I already rolled my d20. We did not see a 20 in that. Did we see a 9 and 2? I believe we saw a 9 and 2 in that, but that's beside the point. And of course, the alphabet backwards. That's probably more of a party skill, if I'm being completely honest. The alphabet backwards, or the English alphabet backwards. Let's see if I remember it off the top of my head. Z, Y, X, W, V, Y, sorry, V, U, T, P, O, wait, let me try. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, MLKJIHGFEDCBA. Now I know my why. ZYX's. Next time, won't you sing with me? Yep, there we go. That's the English alphabet backwards. I feel like that's going to be a more useful skill. I don't know why. I don't know why. But is Pokal ready? Yes, Pokal is ready. I think we're going to play one game of Pokal. Well, we can only play one game of Pokal. It doesn't reset until, I believe, an hour and a half. And we will call it a night. Right. Alright, so off the flop, Pam is worse. Sam, who has pocket nines, has silver, second place. And Lamb, who has a 3 and a queen, is gold. So I believe Lamb would have a queen. Let's just say clubs. And I like putting all of them as clubs in the flop just to see if there is a club in there. And off the turn, Pam beats Sam, but not Lamb. So let's say they get a jack of clubs. That way, their pair of jacks will beat Sam's pair of nines, but not beat Lamb's pair of queens. And lastly, let's say they get a 2 of clubs. Or the 2 of whatever. Let's go spades for 2. Why not? That way no flop on the board. And then for the rest, we'll do numbers that don't really make a difference, like 7 and 8. There we go. That's something. Alright, wow. So we were right on the 2. Well, we know this is a queen. We don't know what color it is. Let's say, can't be queen of clubs. Let's try queen of hearts. We know it can't be spades because, well, these spades didn't turn gold. Lovely. And let's try hearts as well for the rest of these. And let's just say it is a jack, but of diamonds. 7, 8. Well, what else is relevant? Yeah, we know you don't get a flush, Pam, because it's a 2 of spades at the end. If you had a flush, 2 of spades would not... Well, unless you had a full house. Let's try 6 and 5. Why not? This should work. Well, and not jack of diamonds, jack of clubs. Spades, I should say. Okay. So it's either 5 and 6 or just another hearts. Which I'm thinking it's just another heart. Or it could be both. Well, not both, but yeah. And this is not a jack, but it is a club. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my, that is interesting. So, what's interesting is how on the turn, let's think of the turn, does Pam beat Sam? Because it can't be a jack, and if it was a 2, well, Sam's pair of 9s would beat that 2. So it has to be more than that. Unless we give a 2 here. Well, I was going to say, if we give a 2 on the flop, they'll have a pair off the board, and off the turn, that would be 3 of a kind. Wait, no, let's do it. Let's say 2 and 3. And 3 will go spades. Why not? Well, no, 3 of a kind does beat 2 pair. So this would have to be another queen. And not of spades, but of diamonds. And this would work. And it does work. And it does work. Lovely. Yeah, Pam had 2 pair, full house, and 4... Full house? Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize that we put 2 queens on the board. Sam would have 2 pair, full house, and then Lamb would have 3 of a kind, full house, full house. Wow. I didn't even realize the full house. I'm going to be completely honest. But nice. Lovely. You know what? Did I already... No, I already did the dolls for today. I already did the dolls. But I do think that the, what is it called? The mini reset. So why didn't I do that? Mini New York Times. New York Times. Right? I already did the what is it called? I already did the connections and the Wordle this morning. So I don't want to double dip on that, but I do want to play one more game. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I can't help it. I really can't help it. I'm just greedy. I am just greedy. Pay without an account. Let's hop on in and let's crop this out. There we go. I don't like shilling when I don't have to. Let's play. Something worn by an infant or marathon runner is a bib. I wore a bib on my, what is it called? When I did a 5K more than a few months ago. And I need to improve my running. I'm planning on trying to run more. I realized that my diet, which consisted of cutting down on sugar, is terrible because I really like sugar. So the best way to counteract that would be running. So I can eat sugar. So I can have my cake and eat it too. But that's besides the point. I'm going to run more. And hopefully I can accomplish my goal of getting a sub 30... Was it 30 or 35 minute? No, it was 30 minute 5K. I want to do that. But that's beside the point. Diversion on a long flight? A layover? I don't know. Phobos, Deimos for Mars. Moons. There we go. I believe that's correct. Join highway traffic. Merge. Coloring for a canter. Tie-dye. So tie, I believe. Loudly voice one's disapproval. Booed. And that would mean that this is not tie, but rather starts with a D. Coloring dye. Okay. Material in walrus husk ivory. Nice. Experience for 4 seasons in 1 day. Say binge, not calendar seasons, but rather what's the word? Television seasons. Delicious. Opposite of W and W. I'm assuming it's a movie. Wait, sorry. W and W. Or it's diversion unlocked for movie. Yeah, sure, why not? I believe that's correct. Lovely. And 210. Not too shabby. I have a list of movies I need to watch. One of them being Detective Pikachu. I forget. Someone recommended it to me, and I want to watch it. I want to watch it. But, oh man, I have such a long list of so much media I want to get through. WNW. ESE. Opposite of W and W. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But that will do it for today's stream. Thank you all for watching. It is always very much appreciated. Whether you're just stopping by for a little bit or you hit the subscribe button and comment on the video. It's always very much appreciated, so thank you. I don't really have any big ending spiel. I talked a lot, and I am going to get the best sleep of the past 2 days today. I hope, maybe. I got a lot of sleep yesterday, but I want to wake up early. I want to go to work early, and I want to leave work early. And I just want to be early for tomorrow, for once in the week. Sleeping in is fun, but I don't know. There is no but. It's fun. I shouldn't do it, though. I just shouldn't do it. Well, I will yawn when stream is over because I feel one coming on. But once more, thank you all for watching. It is always very much appreciated. And as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.